Hey, what's happening? How's it going? Oh boy. Oh, what day is this? Monday? Monday, yeah. That's it, Monday. Let's do Monday. It is April 6th. It's still cold. I'm pissed because it's still cold. I cannot believe it is still cold. That's really getting on my nerves. That's really getting on my nerves. It's still cold. Supposed to be supposed to be some flowers and tree budding and sunshine, and it's still cold. Man. Anyway, all right. I I just had a quick meltdown just before coming on because I went out to the mailbox and it's cold out there, man. So anyway, uh, so I'm back with for this week's therapy sessions, and you know, this is what this is turning out to be, straight up therapy sessions because every day here in this country it turns out that you need to talk to somebody about some shit every day in this country. Some crazy shit goes on, period. That's just the way it is. And wow. So everybody's waiting, everybody's waiting for those that pay attention to what's going on politically in this country. Everybody's waiting on tomorrow. I looked at the stock market today, and the stock market is what it was up like 100 and some odd points, and that's basically flat for the stock market. 100 up or 100 down, one way or the other. That's basically flat for them. You know. So I was looking at that, and I said, yeah, they're waiting to for tomorrow and to find out what's happening tomorrow. So that's that. For those that saw the interview or the press conference today, hey, what's happening, Carmen? How are you? How's things where you are? For those that saw the press conference today, we got a madman in in the White House. you know, it's raining. Well, I'll be darned. I was just complaining that it's here. For it to rain, it's probably not that cold. Yeah, it's probably pretty warm though, even though it's raining, huh? It's probably doing your flowers and shit some good. It's been raining here. It rained here a couple of days ago while it was warm. It got warm and rained and then turned cold again. Did I see Trump the other night? Yes, I saw Trump the other night, and I saw Trump today. He was on today as well. So I saw him the other night, and I saw him today. I was equally unimpressed each time. Okay. Hey, Lisa, how are you? I was I was equally unimpressed each time. He was the same, the same, the same. What's going on? What is happening? What's up, Charles? What's going on with you? Ah, you didn't see either one. I got you. Well, you didn't miss nothing. Trust me, you did not miss a thing. What's up, James? You did not miss a thing. Um, there was, let's see, a combination of lying, um, um, promises to commit more war crimes, and more lying. So there was combinations of lying, promising to commit war crimes, and more lying. So, and that was on both. So now, one thing about it, he was really low energy. He was what he used to call Joe Biden. He used to call Joe Biden and tons of other people low energy. Well, you would have thought this guy's batteries was dead as hell because he was really low energy. And I was amazed the other day. Now I could see why they let him on today. But the other day, when he went on, I don't even know why the networks even covered that because he just came out, made some low energy, couple of low energy lies, and went back off the air. I don't know what that was about. Uh, so as I was just saying, glad y'all could make it. Glad y'all could make it to this week's therapy session, which is what this is for me, at least. This is my weekly therapy session, and you all are the doctors. So y'all help me get through this. Anything in particular before I? Hey, I got a couple of funnies I want to show. I got a couple of funny little clips I want to show that tickle me. And I'm gonna show them. I like to start off this thing with some funny stuff. And before we get into Captain Numbnuts, Commander Numbnuts, uh, uh, anything in particular, you all uh, on you all's mind before we get going here. I was looking. I don't know if any of y'all saw any of the videos that the Iranians have been putting out. The Iranians have been putting out these videos, and there's different sources putting out these Lego videos and these music videos as well about the commander. And uh, there's some funny stuff. I have not been showing any of them because they're pretty long. Uh, so, and you can't do it justice if you don't watch the whole thing, but they make them real long. And I found out, I was wondering why they did Lego videos. And that was explained to me. If chime in if you've seen some of them because there's some pretty funny videos. But it was explained to me why they did Lego videos. And it was said that it's because his supporters are so on such a adolescent level that they did the Lego videos for them to be able to understand. And I thought that was the funniest shit in the world. They had to put out videos about this guy with Legos so his supporters could understand what the video is about. They couldn't use real people, because it would go over their head. I thought that was, I thought that was a kick. So, um, anywho, to kick this off, I got this one clip I want to show right now. This is for the fellas. Okay, fellas, for y'all that's married and you're going on a trip. If you're married and you're going on a trip with the fellas or you're going on a business trip, I happen to have friends who have gone on business trips for their company and training trips for their company. If you are one of these guys, um, if you are one of these guys, Look, be careful, okay, when you telling your honey you leaving. All right? Be careful. Twilight Zone is more scary in real life than on TV. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. It is. Hell, you know what? I would welcome Rod Serling right about now, because at least when you saw Rod Serling, you got a heads up, But check this out. Hey, for y'all going on a trip, when you're telling your honey goodbye, be careful. Check it out.
I'm getting ready to leave.
Have fun on your business trip. Have a safe flight and call me when you land.
I will. You know I love you, girl.
I love you too.
All right.
You got your cash and credit card?
Yes.
You got your phone?
Right here.
You got your condoms?
I got 3.
Oh, you got come on back. Come on back. You ain't going nowhere. Come on. Come on. Business trip my ass. Come on. Let's go.
But I tell you what, you know what? I I tell you what. I believe that 100%. I bet you it's some fools out there got caught. I bet you some fools got caught up like that. Oh, that's funny. Boy, I tell you what, these folks out here is crazy. Crazy. Okay. Hey, don't answer no questions when your woman asking you on the way out the door, okay? Don't answer. Just keep walking. Oh boy. Oh boy. And to follow that up, I don't know if any of y'all ever seen this kid. There's a kid out there named Cody. And a couple years back I saw this kid. This kid always give his mom the business. In this one video, this kid, him and his mom went to the emergency room, and she was bloated. And she was telling the doctor she didn't know why she was bloated. Well, once the doctors left the room, the kid was telling her, look, I don't know why you lying to them doctors, telling them you don't know what's wrong. It was them cheeseburgers you was eating. Oh, the kid was busting her out. Oh, it's funny. Well, anyway, this kid is back. Y'all got to check Cody out. Now, this story might be a little long, but it's funny. Cody be wearing his mom out. Check it out.
Mom. Mom.
Where, Cody?
See, you made me cut off my hair. And you think I was gonna let you get away with that? What?
You get my shoes, bro.
No, I'm not in a good mood right now. Get back. That's what I was saying, Mom. Checkmate. So I'm finna do something that you gon' think I was never gonna do to you.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, baby. Cody, don't do that.
Call Auntie Casey.
What you finna do, Cody?
Hey, Auntie Casey. I have a confession.
Hello.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey, I have a confession. Well, before I even get started, I want to thank you for the raise money for raising my report card.
Yeah, I just sent it to you because you just got it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Alright, and I have a confession to make because I just don't feel comfortable lying to you about this. And
Ooh, Cody.
Listen, I didn't feel comfortable then, and I don't feel comfortable now, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. So, remember when my mother's car was inside the shop maybe like a week ago or what, however long her car was inside the shop?
Yeah, when she brought my car back on E?
Yeah. So, remember, yeah, she brought it back on E, and then on top of that, you know that dent that was inside on the side of it?
Ooh.
Back, towards the back, yeah. So, remember how she told you I drove the 4-wheeler into it by mistake? I never drove the 4-wheeler inside of it. She went over there to Applebee's to get them $2 margaritas, and she came back a little tipsy or whatever, right?
I know you lying.
I'm not lying, and guess what she did? She bad back. she was so tipsy. She turned the car around in the middle of the road, backed it all the way back, and hit that little part of the porch. You can't see
I
it.
know you lying,
Yeah,
Cody.
she hit the porch. She darn near put a dent in the porch, Auntie Casey.
So she told my call up Cody.
Yes, ma'am.
While she up here blaming you, talking about you did, she told my call up Cody.
Yep, and that's exactly why your tail light and part of your car do not work.
And then she ain't get it fixed.
She blamed it on me.
Okay.
Yeah, and she told me to lie for her because she already knew that you ain't going to be mad at her, but you was going to be mad at me. I mean, yeah, the opposite way from that. Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah, get on her about that, Auntie Casey. I love you.
I'm call her because she wrong for that, Cody.
Yep.
And that's why my insurance high now.
Yep. And did you ever find you a man for Thanksgiving dinner?
Bye, Cody.
Bye, I love you.
Love you too. Bye. Let me call you tomorrow.
Ooh, she
Cody, I can't believe. Oh my God, Cody.
Bye. Checkmate, sister.
I tell you what, boy, that kid kills me. That kid kills me. Cody be wearing his mom out. He catch her in bad situations all the time. Oh, that kid is crazy. Whew. I love watching that dude. Cody is sick. Ah, that dude he jacks her up. He catches her off guard. Man. Funny stuff. Funny stuff. Okay, now down to the good stuff. Okay. For those of you that did not watch the president, give me a second. That guy Cody tickles me though. He tickles me so much. Let's see, where is that? Right there. Okay. And for those that did not check out the little press conference he did the other day, for those who did not check that out, the guy has lost his marble. He's lost his marbles. Plain and simple. The dude is off the rocket. He's off his rocker. Yesterday, Easter, he sent out a tweet. For those that don't know, didn't pay attention, and I'm sure some didn't, sent out a tweet, and I was going to read it, but on MS Now, which is MSNBC, they chose to read it, so I'll let them read it and discuss it. And well, let's just listen to them. This is how they described the message he had on Easter. This is the message on Easter. Okay? This is the message he had on Easter.
I want to go back to the president's tweet here. Open the fucking straight, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. President Donald J. Trump. That is a quote from the president. So yes, we are saying it on television.
Parental warning.
I have been stuck on, so much so that we're doing a segment on it on the 9 o'clock, that what the president and this administration has been saying for at least the last week, that they actually did knock down a bridge that they said the military was using, but that civilians used. They said that they're going to take out all of the power plants. The president said Tuesday will be power plant day. That would be considered a war crime. These that the president is saying sound like, to me and a lot of experts, war crimes. And then you have the president with this new Truth Social today.
It's very difficult for me to process this moment. I mean, this is a very unprecedented statement. We have the president of the United States basically declaring his intent to commit war crimes, right? You've accurately described the law. You're not supposed to be targeting civilian infrastructure, even in countries that you are nominally at war with. And this is just a further escalation of the Trump administration's sort of lack of interest in domestic and international law, right? It started with the boat strikes off the in the international waters off the central, right? Then we got the deposing of the Venezuelan president. We had the war in Iran, and now this, which is disgraceful, absolutely disgraceful, coming from our U.S. president. And the language is disgraceful. The claims are disgraceful. This is, I mean, this is a historically terrible communication. This is the sort of thing, I hate to say it, that you would expect to be introduced in a war crimes tribunal in the future.
Actually, I just want to weigh in quickly because David Rode, who was just on with us, sent one of our producers his reaction to this tweet, and it's very insightful. This will offend Iran's hardline jihadist leaders. It doesn't frighten them. Bullying religious extremists who want to become martyrs doesn't work. He says he's witnessed this in Afghanistan and Iraq.
Okay, so, all right, let's get this straight. Let's get this straight, because a lot of people get offended by cursing. See, I've talked about this a lot of times. People have asked why I curse on this platform. You know, hey, welcome to America. You have to dumb it down in America. Okay? In America, it has to be dumbed down. I was literally listening to a conversation between a couple of children the other day. And when I say children, I mean children. And one of them pulled up a video. And they was watching the video. And we talking little kids. They was watching this video. And I heard such and such and such the fucking da 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 the fucking this blah da da. Now, these couple of little kids. I was out in the town, and these happened upon these couple of little kids, and I'm like, hey, that's America. This is not the same America of yesterday when cursing is the unusual. Cursing is not the unusual today. Okay? We got a president that cursed as if he used to be in the Navy. You know, they used to have a phrase called curse like a sailor. Because in the Navy, and I can vouch for this, in the Navy there is a lot of cursing. There is, let me put it this way, you know, you cursing when you asking for a couple extra pieces of bacon in the morning on your plate. Okay, and you might get cursed out for asking for them extra pieces of bacon. So, okay, but this guy literally put it in writing for the whole world to see. Open the fucking straight. Now, that's the highest position in the land. Understand this. That's the highest position in the land. Talking. And he ended that. He ended that message to America on Easter. He ended that message to America on Easter with praise be to Allah. Now, you would think the Christians would be upset with that. You know, you would think the Christians would be upset with that. but the Christians ain't upset with it. Now I'm pretty sure probably got some Muslims upset with that. And Muslims, if you out there and listening to me, please remember that's this guy, not us. Okay? That ain't us talking this shit to you. Just remember that. All the Muslims out there that happen to have a vest in the closet that you just didn't wear yesterday. Remember, that was him, not us. Okay? Just to get that out there. So, this is what we faced with right now. We faced with this. And everybody is waiting for tomorrow. Because today, in his glory, he came on the networks and said tomorrow he's going to rain down hell with furious thunder, and destroy the whole place. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern time now. Make sure you got that right. It's Eastern time. He's just gonna wipe the place out. Now, the other day he was talking about just go in and take the oil. Just go in and take it. The other people out there that need the oil, just go take it. Grow a set and just go take it. Now, I think that was James that mentioned that was spoken like a true rapist. I think James told me that. Spoken like a true rapist. Just go take the shit. Well, I guess tomorrow is the day that he's gonna go and just destroy the whole place. And everybody right now is on pins and needles waiting for tomorrow to happen, waiting for what's going to happen tomorrow. Is there going to be a breakthrough tonight? Well, I'd like to know that myself. I don't know if there's going to be a breakthrough or not. You got Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, who I might add, Jared Kushner has set himself up. Understand Jared Kushner. He set himself up as the middleman between Saudi Arabia and Israel. Okay? He has set himself up to be like the financial guy in between those two jurisdictions. So we know whose side he's on. You know what I think? Taco. Yeah. You know what? Carmen, I think everybody thinks that. I think everybody thinks that because this fire and brimstone was supposed to happen twice before, if I'm not mistaken. Once he delayed it 5 days, and then he delayed it 10 days. So I think you may be right with the taco thing, Taco. Let me see if I remember. Oh, Trump always chickens out. Yeah, that's it. Trump always chickens out. Yeah, that, you know what? That's probably what's going to happen. I don't know. I think he's just going to back out. I think that's what he's going to do. I think he's just going to back down personally. Because right now he's looking really stupid. Right now he's looking really, really stupid. And everybody is starting to see him for what he is, and he's mentally messed up. He is just jacked up. Hey, you know what? That's a good point, Charles. I think it is Tuesday over there. I don't. Well, I guess he was talking about Tuesday for in this country. I think that's what he's talking about. I think he was probably talking about Tuesday in this country. But he is stupid. Yeah. he is stupid. We do know that much. We know that one that much. Um, so what can I tell you? What can I tell you? I know one thing. I know one thing that he's got his mind made up about, and that is he's got his mind made up about not about spending all the money he can get in of our money, that is all of our money. He got his mind made up that he gonna spend all of our money on war now. I think because all of this stuff that we've been launching over there. Remember that they've been telling us that they've hit 6,000, somewhere between 6 and 13,000 targets. Remember that. They've hit somewhere between 6 and 13,000 targets. That's to date. That's to this date. Also, we have not been getting, we know we ain't been getting the truth. Because I saw footage that was supposed to be from Iran, from Al Jazeera, and on Iranian TV. Now, here's the report here in the States. The report here in the States is that they had to destroy a couple of planes so the Iranians couldn't get their hands on it. Well, the Iranian TV shows a couple of planes, one of them a very large turboprop plane, which would be a C-130 transport kind of plane. They show that this plane was on fire where it had been on fire, and they are saying they shot it down. They saying they shot a plane down and a couple of helicopters. Well, that sounds more like the truth to me, because why would we need to destroy a plane on the ground to keep them from getting it? Why would the plane be on the ground that they would have to destroy it to keep them from getting it? The plane shouldn't have been on the ground. You don't land a C-130 to pick a guy up that's on the run. That don't make any sense. You know how big a C-130 is? You don't land one of those to pick a guy up. So why would that been on the ground and you destroy it to keep them from getting it? So we know they're lying to us. And they've been dropping bombs and missiles like crazy. Well, that stuff has to be replaced, right? Now, y'all remember when Trump campaigned, they asked him overseas. I remember they asked him, what are you going to do about daycare? And that damn Bissett was sitting there like the statue he is. He was sitting there while Trump was on stage lying his ass off about what he planned to do for child care. Now, I remember this question, and I remember he said one sentence about it and then veered off about all kind of other shit and never mentioned child care again. Listen to his answer to that question, and then listen to what he had to say just the other day about care. This guy sent a budget in from Russell Vogt. He gave Russell Vogt what he wanted, and Russell Vogt gave him a budget of 1.5 trillion, and they sent that to Congress. 1.5 trillion. And how they got to 1.5 trillion is to cut out Medicare, Medicaid, child care, VA, intend to slash it all out. Just cut it, just gut it all out for this guy. Listen up.
Nobody could have seen this coming, right, America? Nobody. Take a look.
If you win in November, can you commit to prioritizing legislation to make childcare affordable? And if so, what specific piece of legislation will you advance?
Well, I would do that. Childcare is childcare. There's something, you have to have it. In this country, you have to have it. We're going to make this into an incredible country that can afford to take care of its people, and then we'll worry about the rest of the world. Let's help other people. But we're going to take care of our country first. This is about America first. We can't take care of daycare. We're a big country. We have 50 states. We have all these other people. We're fighting wars. We can't take care of daycare. You got to let a state take care of daycare, and they should pay for it, too. They should pay. They have to raise their taxes, but they should pay for it. And we could lower our taxes a little bit to them to make up. But it's not possible for us to take care of daycare. Medicaid, Medicare, all these individual things, they can do it on a state basis. You can't do it on a federal. We have to take care of one thing, military protection. We have to guard the country.
If only there had been people, and not just one or two, but a large group of people who warned us about.
I said to Russell, don't send any money for daycare, because the United States can't take care of daycare. That has to be up to a state. We can't take care of daycare. We're a big country. We have 50 states. We have all these other people. We're fighting wars. We can't take care of daycare. You got to let a state take care of daycare, and they should pay for it, too. They should pay. They have to raise their taxes, but they should pay for it. And we could lower our taxes a little bit to them to make up. But it's not possible for us to take care of daycare. Medicaid, Medicare, all these individual things, they can do it on a state basis. You can't do it on a federal. We have to take care of one thing, military protection. We have to guard the country. But all these little things, all these little scams that have taken place, you have to let states take care of them, Russell, and you have to do it. Linda McMahon, she's done such a great job. She's moved education back to the states. And you know what? You need congressional approval. I said, don't worry about it, just do it. She did it.
There you have it. There you have it. Just do it. Just do it. Just gut Medicare, just gut Medicaid, child care, daycare, VA, all these little pesky little things, all these little things. We got one thing we need to pay for, military. That's it. Because we're at war with all these countries. We're at war with all these countries. So I guess this is where we gonna be for the near future. I guess he's telling us, he is forecasting the future. We're going to be in perpetual war. Okay? This man just forecasted the future. We are going to be in perpetual war, and we have to just spend all the money on military and nothing else. He literally said it. He literally said, we not taking care of none of this other stuff. We kicking that back to the states. I told Linda McMahon, and she sent it back to the states. You need congressional approval? Nah, just do it. Just do it. I told Russell. When he said he told Russell, he was talking about Russell Vogt. Russell Vogt is the guy who wrote Project 2025. Okay, he's one of the main authors, and there were quite a few authors of this trash. But he's one of the main authors. He is also he's also over the agency that does the budget and does the hiring for the government. Doggone it, can't think of the name of the doggone office, but this is the guy that's holding the purse strings for the government, for the official government, so to speak. And their idea is we're just going to stop paying for it. We're just going to stop. We don't give a damn about any kind of congressional approval for anything. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if they just decide we're not paying anything for Medicaid and we're not going to pay anything for Medicare? Could you imagine that? How crazy would that be? How crazy would that be? Imagine the disaster that would be. Well, we already know part of it because we got hospitals right now shutting down around the country. We got hospitals around the country that are shutting down right now because this man has gone crazy. And meanwhile, now here's the funny part. The supporters are starting to wake up now. The supporters, they're starting to get it now. They're starting to wake up. They're starting to see it. Listen to what Alex Jones had to say. Alex Jones chimed in on this. Okay, we all know who Alex Jones is. Alex Jones is, MAGA #1. Let's check out what he had to say.
Look at right-wing zealot himself, Alex Jones, and what he's saying.
We need to be sad about Trump. This is not funny. This is not good. But he's gone. And that's it. And he does look sick. And he does babble and, sound like the brain's not doing too hot. We just cut bait on Trump, and we just mobilize against the Democrats. And all the people rallied around him, you can see Hegseth's freaked out. You can see the press secretary's freaked out. They're being loyal. They think it's the lesser of two evils. And okay, but I just, Trump needs intervention. He needs to take some time off. We need to pray for Trump, the Holy Spirit touch his heart and loose him from whatever evil control he's under. I'm serious. And I think that's the answer. We need to pray for President Trump. We need to.
Oh, my Lord. Did you hear what that man just said? That's Alex Jones, y'all. I mean, that man is so right. I don't know if he knows how to turn left. That man said Trump is gone. That's what he said.
That's Alex Jones. Okay? That's Alex Jones saying that. All right? That is Alex Jones. That's Mr. Conspiracy Theory about the shooting up there on the East Coast. Okay? See, that's the supporters that's starting to see, I think Phyllis Leader done sprung a leak. They starting to see it. This ain't nothing. This ain't nothing at all. But a man that's done went mad. He done went crazy. The man sent a budget to Congress of $1.5 trillion for the military. He wants 1.5 trillion. Okay? Not billion, not million. 1.5 trillion for the military. This is what I need for the military right here. Oh my goodness. And it ain't nothing but a big money grab. It ain't nothing but a big old money grab. Cause Elon Musk, he just starting another company. He putting two companies together to make another big old money grab. It ain't nothing but a money grab. That's it. I mean to tell you, they wish they could have saw it before the election. Oh, yeah. Well, I tell you what, that would have been helpful. But, they was busy. They was busy talking shit about the Democrats. They was busy talking about Sleepy Joe. They was busy talking shit about Kamala. You know, all the white folks and the black folks was saying Kamala just decided she was black. Y'all remember that? They was busy listening to Trump tell them Kamala just decided she was black. All of a sudden she's black. He literally went on stage to the national black broadcasters, on stage with the national black broadcasters, and they allowed this man to be on stage with them. He went on stage and said, all of a sudden now she's black. In November, the Democrats need to impeach, remove, and convict him. Convict Trump. Well, I tell you what. It can't happen in November because that's when the elections are going on. So it can't happen then. But as soon as they get a turnover, that's probably what's going to happen. If he makes it to that point. There has been really serious talk here lately about getting him out of there before then. I've heard some Republicans whispering about the 25th Amendment. The 25th Amendment has something to do with removing a president, under circumstances beyond his control, when he's shitting himself and having brain farts all day, which is what this guy's doing. So I've heard some Republicans whispering about that. So he may not last till November or beyond. And that's definitely going to be looked at with what's going on with this Iran thing. Because, that ain't over until Iran says it's over. Okay? He's psychotic. Yeah, yeah. It's starting to show. It's starting to show. Um, I certainly hope those black commentators allow them to say that with no pushback. Well, Rachel Scott was sitting there asking the questions that day as one of the lead broadcasters there. And she pushed back on it a little bit, and he was disrespectful to her because he got nasty about a question that she was trying to ask him. But they couldn't give a lot of pushback anyway because the guy's he's such a jackass. The one thing they didn't want to do is turn it into a big free for all right there on stage. Now, should they have given more pushback? Maybe, maybe. Personally, I don't think he should have been on stage there at all. Unless you had decided you were going to be rough. Unless you decided you was going to play rough, don't have him on. I think they hadn't made up their mind that they was going to be rough. They was going to treat him like a president and give him respect as a president. That was what, because as the national black broadcasters, it is prestigious to have the president actually come and be on your forum. So I think, that was the thinking at that particular time. Unfortunately, even with as much of a jackass as this guy is, broadcasters, journalists, national black journalists, I keep saying broadcasters, I meant journalists, the national black journalists. Journalists still want their names in lights. To be a journalist is to want your name in lights. You don't become a journalist to be by the wayside. I'll keep our fingers crossed. Yeah, let's do that. And I think, that's the thing. The journalists like prestige, like the White House journalists, all those journalists at the White House that follow him around on Air Force One and in the press room at the White House. He dogs them out every day. He talks shit to them and calls them all kind of lousy names every day. And they continue to suck it up because of the prestige of being there in the building. Unfortunately, these are not yesterday's journalists. And I just thought of the name that I was trying to think of days ago, and that is Bob Wallace. Bob Wallace used to be a journalist that was a no-nonsense journalist. Bob Wallace wouldn't let you get away with this shit. His son, Chris Wallace, worked for Fox for a long time. I never understood that. I never understood Bob Wallace having a son that would go work for Fox. And Chris Wallace worked for Fox for a long time, and Fox eventually turned on Chris Wallace, like they turn on everybody. I just happened to think of Bob Wallace because I was trying to think of journalists from the yesteryear that used to take no nonsense approach to these people. Unfortunately, he ain't in the room today. Do more than that, gear up, stock up, boom. Yeah. I get you. Yeah. I'm assuming you mean do more than cross your fingers. Yeah. Well, we're going to find out, you know. We're going to find out this Iran thing. Carmen says it's going to be another taco situation. That's probably true. That's probably where this is going to go. Tomorrow there's going to be something completely different tomorrow, you know. It'll be we're going to take Canada instead, you know. We're going to take Greenland instead. Or maybe Cuba. Maybe we'll march on Cuba tomorrow instead of bombing Iran, you know. That seems to be the way this guy, you know, whichever way the wind is blowing tomorrow, that's what'll happen, you know. So, I guess we'll see. You know, I guess we'll see. I'm gonna get off of here and you know, I guess go relax for a while and try and figure it out. We'll see what happens. You know, maybe nothing will happen. One thing we do know, it ain't over until Iran says it's over. You know, because there's two people in the room. Yeah, I'm thinking the taco thing. You know, it was taco twice last week. Okay, it was taco twice last week. So that seems to be, you know, the order of the day these days. You know, I tell you, this is something else. This is just one hell of a pickle. This is one hell of a mess. This is one hell of a mess. Okay, y'all. I tell you what. Absolutely. You all have a good evening too. I'm gonna go up here and relax and get ready for Wednesday. We'll talk Wednesday about what happens tomorrow. Um, probably, you know, we'll probably be not talking about anything happening in Iran, right? It'll probably be nothing. You know, we'll see. So, you all have a good one. Thanks for hanging out with me. By the way, before you go, hit that thumbs up for me and get that you know, algorithm going. Appreciate it. And I'll see you Wednesday. Take it easy.